Hot.
Yeah, I know you are.
Woo! We're here at Suzilla.
Hi, Susie and Matt here, over here at the Enrollment Center in Wenatchee, Washington, in case you're listening from out of state.
Yep, it is December 16th.
And Matt is all Christmas head. He is so ready for the holiday. It's hilarious.
Well, you know, we had a long, I think this is our first weekend in like weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that we are taking off. October.
Was it October? No, first weekend of October was the 7th, so it's been September.
Okay. Yeah. So that kind of gives you where we're at.
And why we're a little muddy-headed.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Ninny? Was it Ninny?
Ninny muffins?
No, was it cotton-headed Ninny muffin or something? I don't know. Something from Elf.
Yes, because we were starting our slew of Christmas and holiday movies. Yes. Much to the chagrin of my son.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a Grinch right now, but that's okay.
Yeah. So today is the gift episode.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it's one of those ones that you know, hey, when you're struggling, it is hard to give gifts.
Yeah, it is. Cotton-headed knitting muffins.
Okay.
Or knitting muggins. In case you're curious. Yeah, when you're struggling, when you're working a lot, or if your budget's tight, we've had frighteningly tight Christmases.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we are going to not give each other gifts, and everything's going to go to Nick because he was a little guy at the time and deserved to have a Christmas.
Yeah,
you know,
we've done those. You know, we've done the ones that, hey, you know, these sad socks need some relief. Could you get us socks?
Yeah. You want to get us something? Get me a sock. Give me socks. Yeah, that's happened. I mean, then that's going to happen, and there's no shame in that.
Oh no.
No, not at all.
When you're a small business and you get something like, you know, the gift of socks, it's like, excellent. I can spend my money elsewhere.
Yeah, find out where to reshift things.
And you lift and you shift your funds.
And you just make it work. But even if you're just, you know, even if you're not a small business and you're just, you know, just making ends meet because the rent is high and, you know, it's winter, so your electricity bill's up and you're just trying to figure out how to put your pieces together, then yeah, you make it work, and you appreciate your friends and family, and you celebrate the people around you, and you appreciate the reason for the season, as it were, which is mostly just friendship and fellowship and family.
Yeah, and one of the things I like to do is, and one of the things we did this year that we haven't done before, was we gifted some of our referral partners.
Yeah, we had it. We had a good month. We had a little extra to give, so we gave. We put together some really lovely. We purchased some lovely gift baskets from a small vendor, and shipped them out to our referral partners.
And it's been kind of interesting to hear and not hear responses.
Well, as far as I know, we've only heard one response.
We've only heard one.
Yeah.
And we did what, 5?
Yes.
So it's like I said, it's kind of interesting because I think it goes on with the people. There's a certain element that are comfortable doing nothing.
Yes. Well, okay. Now that's just a matter of, okay, you're expecting a thank you for the baskets.
No, I'm not expecting anything.
Okay.
I'm always curious because I'm one of those people that will, you know, I will throw a rock in it, it's still pond.
It's true. I was one of our partners. I was a little surprised we didn't hear from, just because I would have said, "What?" I would have figured he would have called back and said, "What? Where did this come from?" Something like that. But he didn't, so that's okay. Assuming he knows it arrived, his staff could have snitched it.
No, that was a pretty big snitch if the staff snitched it.
Well, we could always ask him. But
that'd be even more amusing.
That would be. You know, the signature was officially marked as David, and he doesn't work there anymore.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You really?
So I mean,
you really confused the heck out of him.
I guess so. I don't know, but that was just it's probably who's on the UPS list.
Okay.
And when you think about it, but either way, you were talking about people who could just kind of set it and forget in their lives.
Yeah, and in the process of gifting, you really can't do that. You know, our son was struggling, because one of his friends was going to give him a gift,
Mhm.
and it was like, oh my gosh, I got to get him something.
It's true. Well, it's not true. But the fact that his friend told him, "I'm going to get you something," was if that wasn't a cast out to get something back, I've never heard one.
Yeah, so it was,
and that's fine. The good news is we can help him do that.
But it was the horror and change that he had to go through to go shopping last minute.
Well, it's not that last minute. It's not like it's Christmas Eve.
Yes, but he wanted to have everything in place by Friday.
Yes, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
And why Friday? He still won't tell me what the plan is. I don't think he knows what the plan is.
No, he doesn't know what the plan is. He's just kind of got ready. But you didn't walk through the whole process of him trying to figure out gifts for his buddies.
I get where he was at though. He was in the store. He thought he had a plan, kind of, and it all kind of fell apart when he was there. And he was just, okay, what do my friends like? What should I get them? I don't know what to get them. He's a teenager. He's not a great shopper yet.
Well, he's got to figure things out. And some of it is, in some of his decision making was, well, in giving this gift, what does it say about me?
That's very human.
And it's very human, but it was there's those 15-year-old mindset. It's like, okay, how do I give something that is important and valid to the other person and still reflective of me?
Well, isn't that what gifts should be like? Just generally, they should reflect the giver as well as the getter.
It should, but that's kind of fallen by the wayside. I mean, remember, it's like here's your coupon for a $20 turkey. We work for companies that have done that.
Right. Well, but we're better than that. One of the things that you are exceptional about is paying attention to your people, Matt, and over the course of the year and buying things that you buying things for them that you've heard that they want or are aware that they want. And by doing this and the way you do it, you also make it very personal. It's a personal purchase. If you get something from Matt, it's from Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what Nick wanted to do.
Okay.
And that's one of the things we've always done. And that's it's kind of hard. You're hard to shop for. You don't believe it, but you are.
I've got to be the easiest person to shop for because I have lists. I have literal rolling list of like, okay.
See, but because of your literal rolling lists, it makes us go, how can I shop for you? That's something that I don't know that you don't know that you want yet. There's no, I saw this and it's perfect for you surprises. Because you've already got it. You've got it already marked down.
No, I've got it on a list. It doesn't mean I'm going to necessarily buy that. So you have that notion that I'm going to buy everything on a list. It's like,
no, that's not the notion I have. Okay. I know why you make the list. We've discussed why you make the list. But what I'm saying here is you listen to us and you glean from the people around you what you think that they would like to have. Mm-hmm. And they don't necessarily have to lay it down on a list and ask you for it. Although you don't mind when you do.
Oh, it makes things a whole lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's just like, that'd be dream reality. Here's the list exactly how I want it. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. I can go here and get it done and be done. But I don't have that option. I just don't. And so, yeah.
Well, I guess what we're getting at is when you create this is exactly what I want list, and it's like, buy me off this list. Like, well, yeah, you're going to get it probably. But then there's also the excitement for the purchaser to go and look for just that thing that you would never expect, but is perfect for you. Those are fun gifts.
Yeah, someone's going to know me better than I know me.
Well, okay, I think I know you pretty damn well, Matt.
You do. And I still surprise you on a regular
Of course
basis.
you do, and I try to surprise you. And I don't always succeed, but at the very least, you're going to get something you want because I will use your list occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, he wants that. Cool, I'll get him that. I'll get him that.
Yeah.
But then I also look for things that you probably didn't even know was out there that would be right up your alley.
See, that's the trick is what I know. Because, like, for example, my Etsy list, when I shaved it down for some of the things that have sold, was over 900.
Yes. Well, see, I don't get into your Etsy. I don't get into your Etsy account because then I can see what you bought for me, and that's no fun.
That's only if you look at the what's been purchased. You don't.
I don't look at your Etsy list. I look at my Etsy list.
So that's.
Why would I look at your Etsy list? It's yours.
Because it's genius. Genius, I say.
I love you.
So yeah, it's one of those things.
You don't look at my Etsy list. There's stuff on my Etsy list.
Okay.
There is.
I'll have to take a look at it.
I don't have like 900 things on my Etsy list, but I have an Etsy list.
Yeah, but it's the constant gifting, regifting. I have to blame the soup, the crew, because 2 years ago was their first big giveaway. And today's the day.
Yeah, I'm looking again. Matt's very much looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, because I bug them on a regular basis, just because he has fun to do.
Fun with them. There are guys that think a lot like him, and it's the same business, so it's a thing.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's one of those ones, and giving gifts to your peers that are important are kind of a warm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to have to run the light off to our friend because she has. It's been a couple months now. She hasn't picked it up, so it's like okay.
And I realized the other day when I was there recording the ad, I should have taken the damn thing with me.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we keep gifts and stuff around on a regular basis just to hand out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like our grab bags.
Yeah.
It's like here, have something free.
Have some fun stuff.
And that's an important way of doing business because your free things won't kill you, but discounts will.
That's an interesting sentence. Elaborate.
Okay. When you start the process of always providing discounts, pretty soon your customer base will expect a discount.
Like you never buy a pizza full price.
Yeah, retail sucks.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you start to look for. So you look for the businesses that are out there that are always providing discounts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an entirely different business model than the one that throws in the occasional freebie.
Mm-hmm. That's true, because was it not restaurant? Was it restaurant? What was the Gordon Ramsay one?
It was Gordon Ramsay.
It was also that bar guy, bar whatever, Bar Impossible, whatever.
Oh, Bar Rescue.
He did that too. Points out that free doesn't. I mean, a free this once in a while is a really exciting treat, but a constant discount loses its.
It's a buzzsaw to your bottom line.
It's a buzzsaw to your bottom line. One free dessert for a customer who is a regular will make them feel very, very special.
Mm-hmm.
A discount for everybody just eats up your bottom line.
Yeah, you're throwing good money away for bad. Mm-hmm. He had programmed it out on getting people back as regulars.
Yeah,
and it was just genius walking because I want to say like you'd comp them something,
mm-hmm.
and it was something small like hey let's try this drink.
Yeah, they'd start small and work their way up a little bit. If they came back and were regulars, someday you might eventually get an entree out of it. There can be some drawbacks to that, I suspect, especially if your customers start expecting free stuff. But of course, we're not a restaurant.
No.
So it's hard for us to do free stuff because we are an insurance brokerage. We don't have stuff to give away that much. We have our swag,
Mhm.
And we always give swag away if we've got it. We shake down the insurance companies and make sure that, what's the point of us keeping it around? It doesn't do us any good. Free pens are example. Like I say many millions times, pens don't do me any good sitting on my desk. Let's be realistic. They're going to go home. They're going to sit on your desk, or you're going to forget them in the grocery store, and they're going to go to somebody else's pocket. And my name gets out there and it's advertising is what it is. So there's totally logic behind that concept.
Vegans are like, oh, I hate that when restaurants do that. And there's tricks to it, and
they hate it when people give them food.
No, the constant discounting.
Oh, constant discounting, yeah, because then it sort of invalidates the whole shebang.
It's tough on the servers.
It is
tough on the staff.
That's true, because then they don't. Because you know what? And one thing that can happen is people tip based on the discount versus the retail price.
Yep.
Now I don't. I was taught that early on. You tip based on the entire check and then appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But not everybody does that because they don't think about it that way. Now, I lost my train of thought. My train of thought just went flurp. What was I saying? So
yeah, you're setting up customer expectations with discounts.
Now, when you're dealing with a situation like a pizza mm-hmm. place that delivers or picks up, you don't expect necessarily. You don't necessarily tip. You tip a delivery person because that's just what you do. But
no, I'm going to give vegans here a shout out. No, I don't love discounts. One of the worst discounts I've ever seen in my life is someone coming up and say, I want a friend's discount. As a small business, it slays me every single time.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, you're my friend. You wouldn't ask for a discount because you'd know how hard it is for you to do this.
One of the classiest examples. This is old school. This is back at Lamont's.
Mm-hmm.
Is I want to say you had to purchase it was like $50 worth of stuff,
mm-hmm.
and they throw in a box of Frangos back in the day.
So like a Frederick Nelson kind of thing?
Yeah, Frederick Nelson thing.
Okay.
And vegans is like, what about those 75% discounts at Walmart? It's like, no. I am not. Dude, you are so far off base.
Okay, you realize that our audience can't hear what he's saying.
All right, let's you're gonna I'm gonna unmute him. Let's see if I can unmute him.
So we have somebody that's joining in our podcast.
Joining in.
It's our first special guest.
The vegans. Let's see if that works. So the invite.
Thank you for letting us be your special guests.
Dun, dun, dun. We are connected.
I can hear
them. We are connected.
Yay!
So you got to translate because you got the head. Okay. You got the pod.
I got the pod. Okay, so yes, I'm listening. Hello.
Hello.
Do you want one of your
No, I am good.
You're our first special guest. Welcome aboard at Zoozilla.
We're honored. We truly are. We're here to talk about small businesses.
Well, among other things, but one of the things that we sort of launched into besides small businesses was we were talking about gifts for Christmas and how we got fortunate to give out some gifts to our partners this year, and we're talking about how.
Oh, we are doing that too. Recently, we've been doing a lot of Christmas shopping, especially small businesses, because you just help each other out and stick with each other.
Exactly. You're really supporting your local businesses when you shop at local small businesses. It makes a massive difference in the community.
Mm-hmm. It does. It's really supporting it and makes the community a better place.
Absolutely. You've got to.
However, I'm going to throw down a caveat with that one.
Oh, he's going to throw something down.
Because I had to walk through the crew of the unmasked and unvaccinated folks in our area.
Yeah.
And I do not blame folks for not shopping local.
That's fair.
If everyone's walking around without masks.
Yeah, we all agree that that's fair, Matt.
Very unsafe.
It is. And we're big proponents of being safe and masking and vaccinating, and we just that's not a matter. Well, that's community too.
That's a gift you don't want to bring home.
Exactly.
Absolutely right.
That's just COVID has not only with the masks and everything hit us, but just COVID in general just took a hard hit for small businesses.
Oh,
It's true. COVID did take a hard hit for small businesses. And that's why we want to support the small businesses, but we also want to make sure that we're, staying safe in that general vicinity. One of the best businesses we've supported over COVID was Sage Hills Bakery. I'm going to call them out by name. They're awesome. I don't know if you've ever gone and had their sweet rolls or their desserts or their breakfast foods, but oh my stars, it's delicious food.
Do they have vegan options?
They have vegan options, exactly. And yeah, I know.
For the vegans.
Oh, so the vegans is local?
Well, yeah, good question. You guys are local, right?
We are local.
Yeah, they're local.
Okay, I did not know because this could be anywhere, and I've had people pipe up from the UK.
I had no idea. But yeah, Sage Hills Bakery does amazing stuff, and they're very, very conscious of their staff and their customers, and they want to make sure that they stay safe and keep their people safe. And so they are very serious about their masking procedures, and I love and respect them for that. And I wish everybody had that sense of community, because masks aren't about protecting yourself, but masks are about protecting your neighbors.
Yeah, and we know just going into this new variant, we know we're going to lose customers.
Yeah,
and
from COVID.
From COVID,
yeah.
We just know we've had folks that have been sick, horribly sick, and lost businesses because of it, and all sorts of horrible things because of it. But we've been fortunate, knock on wood, we haven't had anyone die.
Yeah.
We know going into this, the way the attitudes are and the casual nature of the protections, that we're going to have people die.
Yeah.
And that's just
the odds.
It's not just the odds. It's just where we are in evolution of not protecting and not wanting to do this, and the mass protests and
that kind of goes back to your original concept of people want to set it and forget it.
Yeah,
they don't want change. They don't want to shake stuff up in their lives necessarily. And this was, COVID was a very, very big example of shaking up everyone's lives. And I think and then of course that always something. Okay, change always comes with fear.
How do you figure?
Because every time, not everybody experiences it, but you can always, if you're going to be afraid, it's probably because of change. Okay, the only constant in the universe is change. You agree with that? Okay. So when something is coming and it's there, it's a change. People are afraid of change. And COVID was a massive change in the way everyone had to think. And some people said, no, I don't want to make a change. I don't want to, because they were more afraid of changing the way they lived their lives than they were of dying from a virus. So they started saying, no, this doesn't exist. This is a pandemic. This is a big fake. They're just, there's so many different conspiracy theories about it. And it all goes back to fear.
Yeah. No, see, I don't. I'll go with fear, but it's more the fear of the unknown, because when you get something that surprises you, you got to make a judgment of whether that's a good surprise or a bad surprise.
People don't like surprises generally. Even good surprises are alarming.
Well, no, because it takes effort to think.
One thing we're running into this year is we just yesterday finished the annual enrollment period for individual health insurance if you want a January 1st start date. Now we're in a bonus month right now. If you come along and say, hey, I need your help to change my insurance plan or do something different, it'll start February 1st. One thing that you need to watch out for when you're dealing with health insurance, especially on the exchange and the like, is if your plan has been discontinued. And that happened to 2 plans on our local, on the exchange here in Chelan and Douglas counties this year. 2 plans. One insurance company pulled out 2 plans and replaced them with other plans. And so the clients who run the plans for 2021, they do what's called cross mapping. They shove them into a plan that is theoretically equivalent. The plan that they that they put some of these folks into, not equivalent.
Well, you know, we've done just about the best we could to communicate. Hey, check your plans.
Right, and that's where what some folks feel like they could do. Sign up for a plan is just going to automatically roll over.
And the exact same plan. It doesn't happen that way.
Doesn't
you
always
got to
happen.
do something. Maintenance.
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's no big deal at all. Sometimes it's just a small premium change. Sometimes it is a very significant shift. And that's why you have to read your mail.
Yeah.
You cannot assume that you're going to have the same thing day after day after day after day after day during situations like this. You have to be active. You have to pay attention. You have to take responsibility for your life.
Well, it's basic maintenance.
Well, yes, it's not letting life happen to you. It's being active in your own existence.
It's like sometimes you got to change the oil in your car.
There you go. Oh, I see that look.
Yeah, you see that look, all right.
Yeah. Well, I was broke a lot. That car didn't stop running.
Yeah, and that was an extreme oddity. You had that. It was a Kia. And how many years did you run with that same oil in it?
I don't know, too many. More than 6 months. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I want to say you were on like 3-4 years.
Yeah, it was a little ridiculous.
It was amazing, and it was one of those oddities that everyone's who hears the story that's any sort of mechanically inclined is like, how did you do that? Because it shouldn't happen. It's a unicorn.
It was
a Kia that lasted that long.
Yes, absolutely.
Without an oil change.
Without a decent oil change, yes. And what it boils down to is I was incredibly fortunate. I didn't drive it a lot, and I don't know, magic. Could be magic.
Could be.
I don't know. I don't have an answer. All I know is I don't do that anymore.
Yes, you try to change the oil at least once a year.
Yeah, at least.
But that's the concept. It's like, okay, let's do something nice for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And because we've had a lot of nasty surprises over the last 2 years,
we're trying to be nice and do nice surprises.
And do some nice surprises. Yep. Show up here, have some cookies.
Yeah, little things like that.
Little things like that can change the attitudes incredibly. Yeah. Susie has desk chocolate.
I do. Other people have desk whiskey. I have desk chocolate. If I have somebody who's having a moment or we want to celebrate, they get a piece of chocolate if they want it.
Because and that's one of those. It's one of the most amusing things you can do, because sometimes you can see a person kind of get distressed.
Yeah.
And you put yourself in their shoes. It's like, oh, well, here is, would you like a piece of chocolate? Mm-hmm. You're asking permission. Mm-hmm. So that you're taking the surprise out of it, and they can say yes, they can say no. Mm-hmm. If they say yes, here, have chocolate. Mm-hmm. And that is a good example of putting some good out there with a simple gift. Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't just have to be certain. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be concrete. It can be a kind word.
Yeah.
Hey, I like your shoes. Can completely make somebody's day.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised at how a kind word can absolutely change someone's attitude about their day, and how a cruel word can ruin days and days and days. It can.
Okay.
Trust me. I've had that happen to me. And it sticks with you. And you never want it to, but it does.
Well, that's a negative gift.
It is.
But we should.
But that's why we need to be careful about what we tell, mm-hmm. how to treat our neighbors, mm-hmm. and our friends and our community.
So yeah, this season's a good season to get out there if you've done good, and you got the means to gift.
Yeah, do sharing. If you haven't done good, that's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. No one says you have to go and throw money at people or gifts at people.
Oh, heck no.
Just be kind to each other.
Yeah, be kind. Bake something.
Yeah.
Be crafty.
Make a card.
It's one of the conversations I had with my son, because he's like, oh, this guy's loaded. And I'm like, well, okay, if he's loaded, you need to change the game. You need to, give him an experience, do a movie night.
Mm-hmm.
something that they cannot be bought with just money.
It's just that's a one way. That's a very good way to look at things. And he's a teenager. We're teaching him how to do this. He does. We can't expect him to know off the top. But that's part of being a parent, and that's one of the gifts we can give him.
Yeah, it's one of those gifts that lasts a long time.
Yep.
And that's what you do is when you gifts is they last a long time if they've got meaning behind them.
And that's why you want to find things that are not necessarily just on a list, but actually is something from the heart. All right, that sounds like a good spot to stop.
Perfect. Let's get out of here.
All right, have a lovely day, and we will talk to you. Let's see. I guess probably right before Christmas. It'll be Christmas Adam.
Christmas Adam.
It'll be Christmas Adam.
Yeah. Today we were going to a hockey game.
Yes.
We
want to come say hi?
If you want to come say hi, we will be bringing the Calamity
cookie
ware. It's the Vigilant Dragons.
Yep,
it is our big
next giveaway.
Our next giveaway.
Oh, speaking of, we're thinking about we're going to do another giveaway in January.
Yes.
So what if you had one of the big green Tupperware bowls like you might have had, your folks may have had when you were in the 70s or so? You know which ones I mean. What kind of delicious snacky thing would you like it filled with?
All right. Let us know.
Yes.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.